Good morning, Turner Elementary School. Mr. Cullen coming to you live once again from my basement. I'm getting fancy, I tell you what. Got the projector with the workbook on the wall behind me. I'm going to work here. It's going to follow along with the workbook. So I'm very excited. So for anyone watching this or anyone that needs it, please reach out. I have the student workbook that you'll see behind me on the wall will be available as a soft copy. You can follow along on your phone or tablet or computer or print it out if you're able to do that. But going forward, I'm going to try to use more visuals to go along with what I'm working on the board. So first of all, this week, I want to give a huge shout out to a few students that have been contacting me, or parents have been reaching back out to me, sending me pictures, videos of what you're doing. First one is Micah Anderson. Nice job, bro. I've been getting all three of his completed work assignments that he sent to me via just pictures. That was awesome. Next one is Heaven. Heaven, awesome job. You're working really hard. I saw the work that your family shared with me. And Lackenzie, keep it up. I know your mom is working hard for you, getting you ready to go and completing all your work. I know there's probably people I'm missing, but continue to reach out, send me your videos, your pictures at the end of each one of your lessons. So going forward, at the end of each lesson, I'm gonna have a specific exit ticket that I would like each student to complete. And then the expectation is that I get a picture text message of that completed work, and you can use the PDF that I'll send along with this video. So today, what we're going to talk about is equal groups. And we touched on it a little bit last week, and we talked a little bit in the games that we were playing with equal groups. But now what we're going to try to do is move from just us doing circles and stars. For example, we did circles and stars. So 3 circles, 2 stars for each circle. Then we would say that that is 3 groups of 2 would be 3, 3. Oh, that's terrible. Let's redo that. 3 times 2 equals 6. So a big key that I want to push in that I didn't see a ton of on the picture sent to me is both repeated addition as well as multiplication. So we want to put 2 equations for every problem we're doing. So if I sent 3 times 2 equals 6, is that correct? Absolutely. But I would also like to see 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. So that's the key that we're looking at. So we're still talking about equal groups, but now we're going to move in to some real life scenarios of equal groups. So first thing I want to touch on is our multiplication equation. So our first number is always I can't hear you. I wonder if anyone actually yells out at the video and answers it. Yes, the number of groups. And then the second one is the size of the group. The size of the group. So number of group and then the size of the group. And then the last part, what do we call the answer to a multiplication sentence? It is a product, Good. Product. Excellent. So we're going to use this to kind of formulate, to help guide us as a, almost like a graphic organizer, using it to help us work through our problems today. So what we're going to do now is you're going to look behind me, and there are a few pictures here, okay? So let's just first go and look at the example they give us. So they have 4 bugs, and it says, how many bug legs are there? So maybe you're at home and you don't have your work booklet. You can easily just draw these on a piece of paper. So I'm going to show you my art skills here. All right, let me show you my art skills. All right, you can just go ahead and draw the bugs. All right, I see they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 dots. And I'm only doing this just so I show you it is very important that if you don't have something to go off of, writing it down and drawing a picture will help you. And I see that they each have 6 legs. Man, I tell you what, if you thought I wasn't an artist, you were definitely wrong. Look at this Picasso looking self right here. So the funny thing about Picasso is he has very abstract paintings, very deformed figures. So if you saw me actually, Picasso actually isn't a compliment at all. But maybe like a Van Gogh Starry Night. That's a good picture. I'd look that painting up. So it says how many bug legs? How many bug legs? So we obviously want to do 2 equations. So I'm going to do 2 lines for 2 equations. I'm going to put this is multiplication equation. This is our addition equation. So if I'm thinking how many bug legs are there, we're thinking about sets or groups. So there's 4 groups because there's 4 bugs. And then each group has 6. So we're looking at 4 groups and then 6 legs. So this first group, this first bug has 6 legs. This second bug has 6 legs. This third bug has 6 legs. And this fourth bug has 6 legs. If we're at home and you can count by 6s, that'd be a rock star job. 6, 12, 18. We'll see who actually completes that answer. Next, we will move on and see that it is 6, 12, 18, 24, 24. And you'll notice up there is the same equation. So our first step is writing the addition sentence. Excellent. So we got that. Check. Or you could just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we're smart, we're intelligent, we're growing. We don't count by just ones anymore. Excellent. So now we're moving on. Multiplication. All right. How many groups do I have? I have 4 groups. 4 groups. What is the size of a group? What's the size of the group? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is also equal 24. Notice the similarities. We have the same product. Excellent job. Here we are counting by 6s. Here we could count by 6s, or we could count by 4 6 times. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Same as well. So we could flip that. Remember, I also want us parents wise to keep quizzing. All right, if 4 times 6 equals 24, then let's switch the order. What is 6 times 4? And then maybe even draw a picture of what that looks like. All right, if it was 6 times 4, there would be 4 bugs, and they would each, there would be 6 bugs, and each of them would have 4 legs. Excellent job. So that is the example problem, but we're going to move on to that rest of the book giving the examples. Okay, so we're going to look at this table here. I'm going to try to blow it up a little bit so you can see it. Let me get that off the screen here. There we go. So that top line, that is tea bags. Okay, so think about maybe you go to your grandma's, maybe you go out to the store. Is there a kung fu tea or something like that all the kids are doing these days? I don't know. I'm not a tea drinker. I'm a coffee drinker. I like that caffeine. But let's move on, okay? So I can erase my bugs. We'll see you guys later. So what we're trying to do is look at that first shelf. That first shelf, notice there are jars and there are bags of teas. And so the first question we should ask ourselves is, we're going to do repeated addition. How many bags of tea are there in each jar? I see 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. I see 2 in each one. So we always do the addition equation, repeated addition equation first. So I'm going to say 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. When do I stop? Well, there's 5 jars, so I need 5 numbers here. Good. So if I know that, we can definitely skip count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Awesome job. So we're putting 10 right here as our sum. Our sum is the answer to a addition sentence. Now what we want to do is now move to our multiplication equation. So just like you'd be at the store and you would see something like this, we are seeing multiplication everywhere we go in the real world. So this is a practical application. So now, how many groups are there? There are 5. I'm going to put 5 here. What is the size of each group? It is 2. Then we know 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. Parents, I would love if you could quiz them on asking, hey, what if there was 3 tea bags? How would that change? What if there was only 4 jars? How would these equations change? Those are very important questions to ask as we're going through this. Excellent. That's our first one. Our second one is olives. We have olives. So I first want you to try. I'm going to give you a second. Go ahead and try and write the addition sentence. And I'm getting hot, so I'm going to keep it moving. Whew, here we go. Let's get some colors in here. So hopefully you counted that how many olives are in one jar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then there are 5 jars. So it's 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there are 5 jars. So we are skip counting by 5, or call it repeated addition. Parents, we should definitely count by 5s all the way up to 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But for here, we're going to say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Our answer is 25. Now what we're going to move on is either go ahead and pause the video or go ahead and do it on your own. But what is the multiplication sentence to this? Number of groups, size of the group. Go ahead and write that on your own. Parents, hold them accountable. Well, I know the number of groups. There's 5 groups. And I know the size of the group is 5. So now what we have is 5 times 5 is 25. Awesome job. Awesome job. Last one we're going to do is our pickles. And so you can see it has them all right here to kind of guide you. But I'm doing it all right here. But if you're able to print out the booklet, you can follow along that way and write it. If not, no big deal. We're working together. Last one, and then I'm going to go over your quiz for this lesson. So last one, we got pickles, okay? Let's go ahead and count. How many jars do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 jars. How many is in each jar? 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to make our addition sentence. I'm going to write 3 to represent each jar that has 3. So 5 times 3, it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Parents, I would love, or whoever's doing this with them, I know some brothers, older sisters are helping out. Let's count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. We could also go, remember, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's see if we can go up and come back. Next, multiplication. So, number of groups, size of group. How many groups are there? There are 5. The size of the group is 3. Oh, that's multiplication. 5 times 3 is, that is terrible handwriting, Mr. Cullen. Get your life together. 15. 3 times 5 is 15. There we go. These are 3 examples. So now, here is your quiz for today, okay? So you can go ahead and freeze this picture. I'll move this over. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, We have 7 sheep. All right, 7 sheep. They all are on a bike. You are going to complete these 3 questions. One, oh, let me get that off there. I don't know how you get that off there. How many wheels? Okay, so we're talking about the sheep. How many wheels are there? So I'm going to give you a hint. Each sheep has 2 wheels. So we're doing the addition, and then we are doing the multiplication. Okay. So the first question is, how many wheels are there? The second question is, how many legs? And then the third one is, how many balls of yarn? When saying balls of yarn, they're talking about what's in their basket. Okay, the balls of yarn in their basket. I'm going to zoom in. There are 5 balls of yarn in their basket. So you got 3 questions. Take a picture. Each question needs 2 equations. One, repeated addition. The second one is your multiplication. How many wheels? How many legs? How many balls of yarn? So once you complete this, take a picture, text it to me so I can give you credit. Thank you guys for watching.